Oh, yeah. I keep trying to stick my brows up. So I've got my little spool here.
Spool! Oh.
You look, have you got a different webcam?
No. Look great. Mine are work colleagues. They've just met first week. They're not even related. Races, are you ready?
It's time for
the Brit Stop! Spice up your life. Yeah, let's get into it. I mean...
Yeah, this is quite exciting that we're just off the back of watching it. This is very exciting.
We're less prepared, but more energized.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that completely.
Hello, and a huge, fabulous welcome back to the Brit Stop. I am a little mixed up, but that's Nadia Business.
And I am everyone's baby spice. It's Lorna!
Yes! And welcome to episode 4 of season 3 of the Brit Stop, where this week we are talking about episode 4 of season 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Lorna, we are just off the back. I don't think you and I have ever done this before.
No.
Just off the back of watching the latest episode.
Oh my God, I know. I know. I'm excited. I'm just like, I'm ready to go. It's all like packed in my brain. Fresh. I'm ready to go.
Fresh. It is a new week and we're back in the workroom after Veronica's been eliminated. And there's some kind of conversation about who did Vanity think should be in the bottom. And she mentioned River.
I knew you'd be upset about this because I was upset about this. Like, me and ex-producer Joe, we were watching this together and I squealed when Vanity read River.
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me? But she did it in this so like passive-aggressive way when she said like, I'd really like to see you two lip sync. I think that'd be really interesting lip sync. It was like, what are you saying? So it is a new day and RuPaul works
into the workroom.
Works into that workroom.
Yeah.
He walks in dressed head to toe in black. Where's the funeral? And he announces this week's big challenge. There's no mini challenge this week. There's no time.
No.
Because the big challenge this week is pop groups. Okay. Now, he wasn't really specific about girl groups, was he?
Girl group.
Because in the past we've had sort of like what was last time was like the Eurovision sort of challenge, wasn't it?
Yes.
UK
Hun.
UK Hun.
Do you know what? I think you have a point actually, because we noticed in the theme tune has been May the Best Racer win. Racers start your engines.
Yes.
So I think this was actually a conscious decision, and I welcome and applaud it because we are seeing more out and proud non-binary. We're seeing people of different genders. I think it's amazing. So yes, I do think the omission of girl groups in favor of saying pop groups was on purpose.
The song that the queens have to write their own verse to is titled BDE.
I was going like, does that stand for like before drag existed? Is this like going back to like Neanderthal drag? Like, I don't get it.
You're dumb.
No, it's big drag energy.
Yes.
And the twist, because we've seen this challenge before plenty of times, both on UK, on US, and all the other drag races, where the queens have to split into two groups and then do the same song. They're different verses, but the same song at the same tempo with different choreography of how they interpret things. However, Ru has like thrown in a curveball here, and there's going to be two different versions. One version is going to be kind of like speedy, poppy, kind of like up-tempo version.
Yeah.
And then the second version is going to be a bit more mellow, slower, ballady version.
Yes.
What did you think of that?
I mean, that was a twist I wasn't expecting.
Me neither.
You know, when we've seen, for example, the last time this guest judge was on Drag Race was All Stars 3, and the two groups got different songs. So that's the last time we saw any kind of variation. Usually it's been exactly the same song, exactly the same tempo, just write your own verses to it.
We had the winner from last week, Scarlett Harlot, as one team captain, and we had the winner of the lip sync, Vanity Milan, as the second team captain. They did the classic pick out your team members.
Yes.
And it left Theresa May to be picked last. Now, this was quite a sore spot for Theresa, and I could see this dogged her throughout the episode.
Yeah.
We've seen in a previous episode who is a good dancer, who is not, who picks up choreography. However, we have also seen who actually can turn it out on the night, might not be a dancer, might not pick up choreography, but can sell a number. And let me tell you, Ms. Theresa May and Crystal Versace, they can turn it out on the stage, okay?
So yes, on Team Scarlett, we have Kitty Scott Claus, Charity Case, and Crystal Versace. And on Team Vanity Milan, we have Ella Vidae, River Medway, and Theresa May.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, yeah, you have got the kind of the blonde shiny girls and Charity, and then you've kind of got the mix and match group, which, as we find out, they pick a name that suits them very well. Pick a mix.
Yeah.
Which I actually loved. I was a bit like, okay.
I think it's cute.
Yeah, it served the purpose. It did what it said on the tin.
Yeah.
And Team Scarlet, they go for the Slice Girls.
Yes. Can I just give a quick shout out though? I really appreciated, I can't remember who said it was. I think it was Charity. Said Spice Rack. That was so funny. So we can't move on before we ask the burning question everyone wants to know, Nadia. Would you pick, if you were in Scarlett Harlot's position, because she got to choose who was doing the fast tempo and the slow tempo version because she won last week, would you choose fast tempo BDE or slow tempo BDE?
Okay, so I'm a singer. I would struggle with singing. I know it's lip syncing, but lip syncing and doing choreo in heels to the fast tempo. So personally, and I think there's more room for comedy with the mid tempo, I would go with the ballad. What about you?
I would be conflicted. So I think, first of all, because I'm a dancer.
She's a dancer, darling. Dancer.
I would be super, super tempted to go with the fast tempo one.
Oh, you'd slay it.
On listening. However, I think I would look around at my team members and figure out, okay, I'm a dancer. However, you are not, you are not, you are not. And we need to get this together. And I think I agree with you. I think the mid-tempo one is a challenge in some ways, but actually very fucking easy. Because if you just do some beautiful arm moves, let me just put to you, Girls Aloud doing is it biology? Or no, it's not biology. Well, biology as well. The Promise.
The Promise.
Iconic. And those bitches just stand there.
Those bitches just stand there.
Sorry, spoil myself.
So Ru tells the queens that they have to style a look that is cohesive. You know, that's kind of, you know, what he's hinting. You know, for being in the girl group.
Yep.
But the queens are also in charge of group choreo. And then announces maybe the best thing I've heard all year. The runway category is Night of 1,000 Spice Girls.
Bravo.
I mean,
bravo.
I mean,
thank you.
Like, this is what Drag Race UK is about, and we are going to get to that later. let's ask it now. Which Spice Girl are you, Lorna?
Oh my God. Well, I tend to lean towards Ms. Melanie C. Okay, she is fierce.
Yeah.
She sings so well. She's so athletic, such a dancer.
Dancer.
So I really love Mel C. And as a little shout out, fucking love Jerry. Because her energy is just insane.
Yeah.
What about you, darling?
I've been Jerry, but I don't feel like I embody Jerry. I'm very much a smile and I'm posh.
Oh, she's a posh girl.
I'm posh. I'm posh if she let the diet go.
Can we mention, speaking of the Spice Girls and absolute pop royalty, Ru has literally delivered us a treat in this episode where not only do we get one of the best Spice Girls, well, they're all good, aren't they, Elizabeth? So I'm not going to say who's the best, who's the worst. Baby Spice is going to be the guest judge this week.
Oh my God.
My God. And then, Nadia, we're not done, okay? The girls are starting out. They've found out what their names are going to be. Yeah. They're kind of like getting together, getting some ideas on costuming, what they're going to do. Who walks through the door but H from Steps? Followed closely by Claire from Steps. And then we get Faye and Lee from Steps.
Oh my God, it's...
Oh, she's stuck in Dubai. All right, well, fair play to you, Lisa. Have a nice life.
Steps on the steps! I mean, my little gay homo heart went a boom because I still love Steps now.
Oh,
like,
me too, honey.
I will have days just listening like to One for Sorrow on repeat, like staring out my window and wishing it would rain so I could be like in a movie.
Like you're in your own music video. I had like those videos that Steps did where you could learn the choreo and like Lisa Scott Lee and Lee would be like teaching you the choreo to like and stuff. And then you'd have a singing lesson with Claire on the oh my God. I love them.
Was this during the same era that Lisa had braces and blue hair?
Yeah. Icon! Iconic! How they were doing it was that H and Claire would take the girls through their recording of their verses, and then Lee and Faye would help the girls with their choreo. Yeah. So this was exciting, but also a lot of pressure.
All I could think though at this point was like, how do Faye and Lee feel about being stuck on choreo?
I know. Yeah, and Claire's got the lungs. Let's be real.
Claire's got the lungs, yes. And H is gay, so yeah, he can just naturally sing. I mean, let's go to rehearsal, Lorna. So first up, in the vocal rehearsal with H and Claire is the Slice Girls. This was a mixed bag. Let's just say that. I mean, Kitty did well.
Yeah, really well, really well. Crystal really gave me life when she did hers. God bless her. Thank God she's got a pretty face.
When it comes to singing, Crystal is an excellent rapper.
Wow. What did you think though when we got pick and mix into the vocal recording? That was scary because I had really high expectations for Ella Day because we know she's a musical theatre queen. Yeah. However, I think the nerves got to her doing it in front of Faye and H.
Claire.
Faye and H. I think it really got her doing it in front of Claire and H.
Serious face. I was worried for Ella. I was really fucking worried for her. But yeah, the vocal rehearsals were a mixed bag. Onto choreo.
Yeah.
So first up, again, the Slice Girls. And I'm glad somebody took charge. Kitty took charge.
Kitty took charge.
And we discover that not only can they not dance, they can't walk.
Oh my God, have I got so much to say about this. So, oh my God, if I was Kitty, I would literally just be like, fuck my life. God bless her that it's amazing that she did take charge, because it is one of those moments which Ella Day spoke about in the next team, that nobody sort of wants to take that mantle, because you literally might have to go down with your ship if it goes really wrong. So Kitty was really good, and she tried her best in front of like Faye and Lee, who didn't look like they were helping. They just looked like they were just criticizing.
No, can I just say, like, so we'll get into it. The, pick and mix come in. Ella says, like, I thought Faye and Lee were actually choreographing, and so did we. I think we all thought that.
But they really thought that. Yeah.
Ooh, that's what you're doing. Ooh.
It was so unfair that the girls didn't, like, that message was not clear. Kitty did her best with a team, like you say, that can't even walk. And let me just say, if I was Kitty and Charity piped up trying to give some choreo, she can't dance.
No.
Sit down, Kate Bush.
Pick and mix in their choreo rehearsal. Nobody's taking charge. I'm really worried for this team. Finally, Vanity steps up, and I'm like, thank you. So we kind of got it together, but I'm still a little bit nervous. Who's the drag queen here? So we are headed to the main stage. Emma Bunton's there, Alan's there, Michelle looks beautiful. RuPaul in this like bedazzled, like white denim, like moment looked incredible.
Legs up to her eyeballs.
Yeah.
Wowzers.
So first up, the Slice Girls. This is the up-tempo version. Was it just me that felt like I'd taken a whole lot of acid?
Oh my God. It was here, there, and everywhere. I think, it was a mess.
I felt like it should have the Benny Hill theme tune behind it.
And literally, someone chasing them.
Yeah, like a policeman with a truncheon.
Oh.
Crystal, great.
Oh, yes, and looked phenomenal. Loved her outfit.
That bodysuit, incredible.
Yep.
You get a jump split.
Right.
She's on point. She's not missing a beat.
She isn't.
Yeah.
Her verse was like, kind of agreed with the judges later that we know you're fierce, and it's just that go-to for a lot of drag queens. If they're like not as creative in writing their own like verses and stuff, they'll go for like the fierce, like I'm a fierce queen. Da, da, da.
Fierce.
But do you know what? Like I thought it worked for her, and she hit it. So well done.
Next up was apparently Dorothy, Gail, in a blue gingham, who didn't get the memo about silver.
Oh no. Why did they do that? Why didn't they just think, when Charity came up and said, listen, Huns, I don't have anything in silver, why didn't they just choose another colour? Like, oh my God.
Or lend something to her.
Please. She stood out like a sore thumb. That was my main issue with this. I know that Charity wants to stand out, and they had the idea that they were all going to be sort of like a different sort of like girl in the group, which is like what the Spice Girls did. However, like it was almost like the other three looked the same, and then there was one girl that was very different.
Scarlet. I gasped.
There's always one. The nerves.
We want the nerve, not the nerves. My heart broke for her. So she forgets her lyrics, she messes up, she rolls her eyes, she doesn't cover it. Lorna.
I know.
What do you say?
You can't really say anything. I mean, we've seen it so many times before. Like I say, there is always one. The pressure will get to you, and you might mess up and go blank, like it happens to the best of us. However, you've just got to push through and just make the most of it. But you could see that she just got completely thrown, and for the rest of the number, she wasn't with it, to the point where on the runway, it was affecting her.
But somebody who actually did great,
yes,
was Kitty.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. So she just had so much energy. You could tell she was having so much fun. She was like performing in front of an absolute idol, Emma Bunton. Like she was just having the time of her life, and she was carrying the group. So well done, Kitty. Well done.
Well done.
Bunting.
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 Next up, we have Pick a Mix. I mean,
what do you mean?
It was over for the previous hose.
Over. Even like the silhouettes at the back of the stage, like this beginning, I was like, wowzers.
This was camp.
This was camp. This was fun. This was silly. It was a bit cheesy, but I don't know. It was just quite slick and clean. And this is what we go back to, Nadia. Yeah. They got it so right because you can do that in a slow ballad.
And it wasn't like they didn't have choreo. You can't say, oh, well, they had the easier track and the easier time of it.
Absolutely
they still had to remember moves, remember lyrics. They still had to, work together as a group. They did that.
Let's just give a shout out to the pumping move.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
That's what you've got to do. It's the smartest thing. You pick a move, like Steps said, all of Steps, they're one being. Like Steps said, you got to do that iconic move that everyone can do. You're laughing to the bank.
I didn't write the order they went in because I was too busy watching them.
Yeah.
So they had coordinating black looks. Everything was different, but it was tied together. And then 2 of them had red hair, 2 of them had pink hair. It was beautifully done.
Very beautiful, cohesive. You could tell they were in a group, but they still had their individuality with the different like hair tones, but it was in the reddy pink hue.
Yeah. First up was Ella.
Ella looked fabulous. She looked sexy, didn't she? Gorgeous.
Yeah, her verse was great. Vanity, that verse hit home. She was great.
Yeah.
Really impressed, and she looked beautiful. Like, we've seen some of her runway looks and they've been a bit miss. Not even hit, just a bit miss. This was gorgeous. I love this.
You could just tell she was living. Like, this whole episode, her confidence was just like through the roof, and like she just enjoyed it and you just couldn't keep your eyes off her. I thought she was an absolute standout, to the point where I actually thought she might snatch a single win.
I agree.
We'll get onto that later.
I agree. And as team captain, that would have been my go-to as well.
River.
Beautiful. Oh, just
gave me goosebumps about her mum. Like, we saw it like in the workroom with Ella Day, how she broke down about her mum who died really recently with COVID, just before she got the phone call to say she was on Drag Race. Like, it's just so emotional. It's been such a hard year, and she's an inspiration.
And then we had Theresa May.
Yeah,
was just brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah.
We got some Spanish in there.
We did.
So good.
It just, the whole vibe, not just Theresa, like everyone, just they really hit the kind of Spice Girls like ballad so perfectly.
Goodbye.
Like, it gave me Goodbye. It gave me Mama. Like, It was so cohesive, so clean and campy. And those queens could really like use their comedy chops and just have fun with it.
Onto the runway.
Let's go.
The category is a night of 1,000 spice ghettos.
So good.
Yeah.
First up, we have the Slice Girls. And first out the gate is Crystal Versace giving us Baby Spice.
What do you expect apart from perfection with this woman? Like, just incredible. She had the baby blue. She had like the Emma Bunton Baby Spice, like little pigtails at the top. Everything was Emma, but it was elevated. And like Alan said, it was like Baby Spice, but like better.
Yeah, it was like Spice Girls, but as a Bratz doll.
Oh, yes. Such Brat style energy. Yes.
But let's just say, this queen is 19. She wasn't alive when the Spice Girls broke up.
Oh my God, what?
What a sad life you live, old man in wig.
So she did a research. The coat, Emma was saying it looked like the exact replica, but better.
So, next up, from Nadia's face to me, with an homage to Mel B, Scary Spice, was Charity Case crawling down the runway as an actual leopard.
This was 6 Degrees of Separation, not featuring Kevin Bacon. No, this was leopard female pimp. That was it.
Yeah.
Like, the talent, the skill that she has to create these looks, so impressive. But this is Drag Race, and there is a theme on this runway, and you can't just be like, this is me, this is what I want to do. I loved it as a look, but it's got to fit the category, otherwise you're going to get read for filth.
Read her.
Do you have any thoughts?
Oh God, I'm so on the fence with this, because it was like, yeah, we know that Mel B's iconic look is leopard print. We know that. However, she was a leopard. She was a leopard. So it's almost like out of context.
Like the judges said later on in the critiques, if you saw that on its own without any of the others, would you say that was Spice Girls?
Yeah, well, there you go. Then no. So, yeah.
Next up, we have another tribute to Baby Spice, but this time it's from Kitty Scott Claus, who's giving us like late noughties tour.
Yeah.
Baby Spice. This is what she does for a living.
Yeah, she can do Baby Spice. I thought it was really cute. I thought it was like spot on, like identical to the actual look that Baby Spice had on tour. So very, very good, like nod to that. I just want Kitty to step it up a little bit. I just want to elevate the drag a little bit. I don't know, just be a little bit more fashion with it, a little bit more eccentric. I don't know.
Scarlett. And I got this reference look straight away.
Me too. Spot on.
Two Become One. Mel B, the green dress, the brown jacket, brilliant. The hair was not big enough. I agree.
Yeah.
And this is what let her down. The judges said more Dusty Springfield, and I was like, okay, bit harsh.
I know, because the look was Mel B, as in the clothing.
Yeah.
But honey, what do you think of this though? I think if Scarlett sold it more, okay, because she was so down in the dumps, and I think her presentation lackluster. So I reckon if she really played it up as Mel B, because Mel B is like such a big personality, so iconic.
Yeah.
Maybe she would have got a better critique, because the clothing was like perfect, and the little buns and her hair. Next up, I believe, was Ella Day.
Pick and mix. Yes.
Was it Ella Day?
It was, and she is giving us
Spice.
the only one to do Sporty Spice. And I appreciate this because, Sporty's costume as a Spice Girl was tank tops and trackies and trainers.
Yeah.
It wasn't as glamorous. Ella made it glamorous.
He had the whole kind of like the tracky outfit, but it was the colours and the colour palette that you can play with is just so fun for Mel. And I thought it was really good. And she did a press up on the stage. Were you okay?
I'm still not okay. I will say, even the walk as she exited the stage, like as she walked out to exit, was Mel C. Next up, we have the first of our ginger spices. It's River Medway.
Yes.
Underwhelmed?
Yeah.
This was, you know how they do World Book Day at school?
Yeah.
But this was if it was Spice Girls, like send your kid in that. Like, oh, I was so disappointed.
This is the danger that River sometimes slips into, I think, on her runways, is that sometimes like she really brings it out of the bag, like last week when it's just like, wow, River. But then some of them are just really sort of like underwhelming. I'd agree with that. I'd agree with that.
Meh. Next up, we have another Scary Spice.
Yeah, Vanity.
Yes.
I thought I liked this. It was, I mean, this is the difference between Vanity and Charity's Mel B, is that Vanity, like, it was Mel B because she had the leopard print from top to tail. She had the hair, and like, she just, no denying it. It was Mel B.
Sure. But even though Charity's was not Mel B, it was stepped up to a level that I wanted Vanity's to be at. it was going to a house party and, should the 5 of us girls go as the Spice Girls? Like, it was that.
Oh,
it was not Drag Race
yes.
UK.
Yeah, it's so easy to just fall into that kind of basic trap.
And last but not least was clad in a Union Jack. I'm nearly tripping over the Union Jack. Our lovely Theresa May.
Amazing.
I mean, I loved, first of all, the kind of the volume of this.
Yeah, it was
like
big.
the lengths it went to.
Yeah.
But the bodice was just, I don't know, something.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed. The shaping was off, and we spotted this. We clocked it. Me and Joe, we clocked it.
Yeah.
And we thought, it's a Union Jack look. It's Jerry, fabulous with the hair. And I loved that she did the white hair pieces down the front.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Iconic doing the Union Jack. You can't not do Jerry and not do it, to be honest. But she did try and elevate it by having the cape. Agreed.
Yeah.
But where was her shaping? I don't know, hip pads? She just looked like a long sausage with a cape on.
Oh my God. Some of these looks were generic Halliwell.
Yeah, some of them were pretty pedestrian.
Oh, come on. That was a better joke than you gave it credit for, bitch. We find out that, to absolutely no one's surprise, Helen Keller saw this coming. The winners of this challenge was Pick and Mix, and everybody gets a RuPaul badge.
Everyone! They all got one. Rue was feeling generous.
It does mean episode 4, this competition just blew wide open.
Absolutely. And it was really nice to see that Vanity kind of led the pack in this one. And like we said, perhaps if there was only one winner, perhaps it should have been Vanity to an extent, because she sort of like stepped up as the lead in the choreo especially. And her performance was just fantastic.
In the bottom, we have the entirety of the Slice Girls.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was very, very obvious who was going to be lip syncing here.
It was. I mean, going through the judges' critique, Kitty got the best, and I think she deserved that.
Yeah.
Crystal also got some really good critiques as well. So it was very, very obvious that it was Charity and Scarlett in the bottom, and we had a very emotional critique for Scarlett, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Yeah, she was very hard on herself. She knew she'd fucked up, and she felt so apologetic.
She did.
And I will say this, the judges were very nice to her.
They could have gone in, but they could just see that she couldn't even look at them. Like, her head was down. I've never seen it actually on Drag Race before. A queen so hard on herself that she couldn't even look at the judges.
No. So, I mean, I've never felt gayer watching this. I'm sure you've never felt more like a child of the noughties watching this. The lip sync song this week is Who Do You Think You Are by the one and only Spice Girls.
Amazing.
Iconic.
If anyone was not like singing along to that watching Drag Race, I don't believe it. I don't believe you are who you think you are. I don't know. Ooh.
Oh, it's such a shame that you're so funny, but it's your last episode, Lorna.
The shade. I was having my life, Nadia. Were you?
Oh.
Did you have a good time with this lip sync?
It got my life. I was singing along. So good. And this, I couldn't tell who was winning this.
Me too.
This was
tight.
Yeah. Had I absolutely had to give it to somebody, I would have said Charity.
I know.
Scarlett had a lucky escape because this week we got our double Shantae You Stay. I will say this. Had Victoria not had to leave the competition, I don't think this would have been possible.
No, I thought that. I thought, well, as I was watching it, I was thinking, this is really close to call. And we had the very emotional critique from Scarlett that I think this was the opportune moment to save both of them because they both had such a good lip sync.
Yeah.
And also they're both very, very strong in the competition. It's not going to happen again. Let me tell you that.
No. 8 queens remain to see another week. And next week's preview shows that we're still not getting the Snatch Game yet.
Oh my God. Are we going to be like waiting for the Snatch Game for ages like we did on All Stars, Nadia? Because
I'm hoping, yeah.
It is all to play for now. Like
It
you
is.
say, 4 of them have now got a blue Peter badge.
What?
I said blue Peter badge because
No, you didn't.
I think I said
Because-
blue Peter badge.
That is his name.
It's Rue Peter badge.
Oh!
So they're all vying for the top spot, and quite rightly, as Vanity, quite rightly pointed out that the 2 lip syncers, like one of them obviously had a repeat badge and won last week, and then Charity's been in the top quite a lot, and also Crystal, who was like slaying the game, was also in the bottom. So it's the tables are turning, honey.
But yeah, that is it for another week, Lorna. This is such a good season so far, and this
Brilliant.
week did not disappoint.
No, it's excited. It's heating up. It's heating up.
Oh, summit's cooking. So don't forget that we are going to be back tomorrow. No, we're not.
We're going to be watching tomorrow.
Yes, we're going to be watching episode 5 of RuPaul's Drag Race UK tomorrow, and then next Wednesday the 27th, we will be back here with the Brit Stop episode 5 of season 3. Don't forget, you can follow us whatever on our socials, on Facebook, shut up, Twitter and Instagram, at the Brit Stop Show, and right here, of course, on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment using the hashtags Drag Race UK and the Brit Stop Show. Tell us who you want to win. But till then, till next week, it's goodbye from me.
It's ciao bella from me. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Arrivederci. Goodbye. Goodbye.